Hello, thank you so much for purchasing with Medium Emary. Today we are going to give you a 7 card year ahead tarot card reading for 2018. This is your special holiday offer. Your name and info will be confidential. So quickly here I'm going to clear out the energy and stage the cards. Alright. Alright, so let's begin. I'm going to start shuffling your cards and I'm going to do a quick little prayer and tune into your name. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I ask spirit guides and angels of the person I am focused on to reveal to her now what she needs to know in this present time. I ask spirit guides of mine to help me interpret this information in the best of my abilities, and that the information that comes through may come through as accurate, specific, and detailed as possible. I am now open to this, the spirit world as well, so any healing guiding messages that would like to come through the cards, I'm open to receive. Anything of negative vibration, negative energy is not welcomed in this reading, as I ask to receive information from God's pierced intention and God's white light. Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to spread them out now. So this is your reading first, and then afterwards I will send the video for your partner as well. Alright, so I'm going to start picking out the cards based off the energy that I feel off the spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so I'm going to take out this pile here. And let's begin, hun. Wow, you actually have really good cards, very positive cards, if anything, okay? Alright, so alright, here we go. So the first card, which is right here, alright, this first card focuses on lessons from your previous year that you've learned, okay? Lessons that you've learned from your previous year, okay? Alright, so as I pick up this card, this is the Five of Wands, okay? This represents, as I tune into this card, it focuses on the idea of competition, or the idea of dealing with people and competing against people, or just dealing with people's energies and people being like causing issues and like trying to see who's the best, or um, it could be issues at work, if anything. This card represents like competition either in work or career environment, or just being at that point where you're always trying to be at your best, be good enough. Sorry if you heard my stomach growl. My stomach made a noise like growling. Um, so it represents the idea of trying to be the best that you can, trying to be the best version of yourself through career and and work-wise, okay? The fact that this is coming through to represent your previous year, it just means that there was a big focus on career-wise with you this past year, career-wise, just dealing with people at work, dealing with people in your environment, work-wise, career-wise, and then also like dealing with just people trying to seem like they're better than you, or thinking that they think you're better than them and all this crap, and dealing with this kind of energy can be very draining and frustrating, and it's a kind of thing that your guides are saying this is something that it's not all bad, but it's just something you just went through in this previous year that uh, it's kind of like, if not just a lesson, but something that you had to go through as an experience, okay? But it's the idea of just dealing with people's energy at work and career, and a lot of competition, and competing against others, and just trying to be a better version of yourself and be the best that you can in your work and in your career. Okay? All right, so your second card, which is right over here, the second card represents what you can expect in the next year. Okay, so this is something you can look forward to. This is a really good card, okay? Okay, so this is Six of Wands, and this represents a victory, all right? A victory of some sort, okay? So what you could expect for this next 2018 year is you will have a victory of some sort. It could be a victory with this business. I remember in our last reading, we discussed about success and growth in your business. So there could be a victory with your business. Something happens that there's a victory to it, something that got approved, or something's in the making, or whatever it is. But there's some form of victory that's going to happen with you, an achievement. Okay, there's going to be some form of achievement and a victory that's going to take place in this 2018 year. So that's very exciting to look forward to. And that's awesome. Congrats, even though it's still too early, but just be aware of this victory and this achievement that's going to be taking place in this next year. Okay. All right, so your next card, which is number 3. All right, and number 3 is right over here. And number 3 focuses on obstacle, a challenge you'll face this year. Okay, so this focuses on obstacles, a challenge you'll face this year, which is interesting. So it's saying a challenge, but it's not really a challenge. Um, the only thing that's going to make it a challenge is that it's going to be exhausting and draining, the whole process of it. But this focuses on a celebration, okay? So there's going to be some form of celebration that's going to occur, which makes sense with the victory. So I don't know what this victory or a celebration is going to be in this next year. It could be with your business or something more, something very significant to you. Okay, but just keep in mind, I do feel like it'll be something with your business and then something else, if anything, but there's going to be a form of celebration, but it's going to be a challenge for you, this celebration, because I feel like it's just going to be very energy draining, very exhausting, the whole process of the celebration. But it's still a good thing, with good things, it can be exhausting and tiring, but it's so worth it in the end. So that's what this card is kind of saying. It's going to be an exciting celebration, but it's going to be exhausting at the same time, the whole process of it. So it does kind of sound like the business and stuff like that, like going through that process and things like that. So just keep that in mind. Look how beautiful that artwork is, everybody getting ready for the celebration, and people dancing there, and these women like getting the food ready and the water and the feast ready. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I love this little what is it called? Like decorations up there. This usually can mean a marriage too, some form of engagement or marriage, and it can also mean something of work as well. Just a form of celebration, but it makes sense with the victory that's happening here as well. Okay. All right. So on to your next card, which is number 4. And number 4 is right over here. And number 4 focuses on strength, how to harness your inner power. So how to harness uh like this certain concept that will allow you to overcome it and be able to help you be stronger for the next 2018. Very interesting. So, um, an inner strength that's going to help you tremendously for this next coming year. The card you got is the moon. So the moon represents fear, having fear and worry and constant anxiety or stress over something. So the fact that it's reversed is that this is something you deal with a lot. The fear over the future, the fear over what's going to come, or the fear of just and worry over things, you know. Once you can conquer the strength of choosing love over fear and not allowing fear to take over you, like this new 2018, it's going to be much easier for you. You're going to be able to deal with this victory and achievement and celebrations much easier. Like the process will be easier if you don't allow fear to take over. Always choose love over fear, hun. You know, it's hard because fear could take over and worry and anxiety and the concept of, okay, yeah, like all this is going well, but then, some people always think when something's going too well, something bad's going to happen, and that's not the case for everything. I don't want you to keep that in your head or always think that because you'll like kind of attract it or manifest that. People don't understand. We create our reality. So the thoughts you put out into the universe, it's like you attract it. So be careful with the thoughts you select. The more fear that you have in your thoughts towards this achievement or the celebration, this victory or whatever it is or whatever you do, it'll just create more negativity and it'll accumulate and it'll just create more fear. So a strength that you can try to endure, embrace for this next coming year is to try not to have so much fear. Conquer that fear. Have that strength to choose love over fear, hun. Okay, so this is something that's going to help you a lot. It's going to be a huge inner power for you. Okay, and another thing I was going to say is, if something is just stressing you out in the moment, let it go. Let it go for the moment, and then think about it again. Let it go, and then think about it again. Don't like put so much energy into it because I feel like when you put a lot of energy into something that's just being negative or bad for you, it'll overcome you, hon. Okay? Alright, so let's go on to your next card, which is number 5, which number 5 is right over here. And number 5 focuses on advice, lessons you learned last year. Okay? So I definitely see something financial. So this is like a lesson. I think you went through a lot of financial things this past year. A lesson you learned is I feel like you've realized money comes and goes. I think everybody knows money is hard, but it's hard to be financially stable or just deal with the stress of money. But I think a lesson you've learned is like, hey, okay, money comes and goes. I can't control things all the time, and all I could do is go with the flow of money, and dealing with money and when money comes in and just pay attention to what comes in and out. That's what you've learned this year. And I feel like you've matured a lot this year too, and you've just gone through a lot of experiences where it's allowing you to realize you can't worry so much. You can't put so much energy into something that's going to just literally, drive you insane. And money is a huge thing for a lot of people. Like when people think about money or think about is everything okay with the money, and in the end, you're just going to stress yourself out. So it's kind of like you just go with the flow of things. Money comes and goes. And if you put your um, wishes out to the universe and you ask for support, financially and abundance wise, they're there for you. I'm going to tell you that because they've been there for me many times when I've been very, very emotionally, not emotionally, financially tight with things. And they've helped me, and money's come out of different directions, and I don't know how it happened and how that occurred. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a kind of thing that you have to trust and know that lesson that you've went through it's just making you stronger now. And I think you're obviously aware of the fact that money just comes and goes, and I'm just gonna go with the flow from now on and not stress so much. So that's kind of like a lesson you've learned in this last year. Things that have to do with like finances and financial stuff and dealing with money and how money will come in now, things like that. All right. Okay, so your next card is number 6, which number 6 is right over here. And number 6 represents navigation, guidance for the year ahead. So guidance that will help you, all right? So this is a Nine of Wands, represents a lot of challenges and struggles, okay? Going through a lot of challenges and struggles, okay? The fact that it's reversed, it's just representing the idea that, yeah, you've went through these challenges, you've went through these struggles, but now allow that to be something that you went through and just an experience, and now you're going to move forward. You're going to move forward from these struggles. You're going to move forward from these challenges. So this advice this card is kind of giving to you is to know, yeah, you've went through this, and now it's time to just move on and let go, and also realize, you can't beat yourself up about things. You can't allow yourself to get frustrated over those failures or what is it called? Um, what is that word? Disappointment, or don't allow yourself to get discouraged over these losses or failures or struggles. It's the kind of thing now you know that you went through this and now you have to move forward. Okay, that's what this card's focusing on. Moving forward from those struggles and challenges that you went through in the past, leaving it behind and now moving forward. Okay, this is an advice that your guides are giving you for the next coming year. Moving forward and leaving this behind, making this just an experience, and now that's it. That's like, it's molded you now to go forward, instead of having it hold you back, okay, or have you um uh stay stuck or whatever it is. So allow this to be an experience, and now you move forward. Now you're going to motivate yourself, you're going to push yourself, um, and in the end, you're aware that you went through those things. You remember those things, and you never forget. But now you're going to heal and allow yourself to move forward. Okay, so that's what your guides are saying. Move forward, move forward. Okay, for this next coming 2018 year. All right, so your last card, which is representing the theme of 2018, like the overall theme. Okay, so this is an interesting card. The Seven of Swords represents usually um, someone who's gone through or is going through, who's gone through a lot of betrayal, or who's gone through a lot of just dealing with people and a lot of tension. Okay, so the motto I'm picking up for you, especially this new 2018, because I feel like you're a very deep person, so you're very sensitive. So it's a kind of thing where I feel like when somebody hurts you, you either hold grudges, or it like hits you really hard, where it's very hard for you to then forgive them, or move on or let go. Okay, on an emotional level, I feel like you cut them out easily physically, but then like emotionally, you hold on to that anger or frustration or whatever it is. Okay, so this card's just saying, whatever betrayal, whatever tension, whatever sneakiness that people have done to you, or whatever it is, okay, whatever the stuff that you've gone through, it's kind of now saying, you've now realized that if you hold on to this, if you hold a grudge, if you hold on to this pain or anger, whatever it is within you, it will only kind of just it will never leave, to be honest. It will just always take over you, or it'll just kind of just create more anger or create more disappointment. Um, so it's a kind of thing that whoever has betrayed you in that sense, whoever's giving you disappointment, or whomever's always just giving tension for no freaking reason, or just annoying you, or just causing problems all the time. I don't know if it's family or friends or whatever it is. It's time to just let it go. Now this new 2018, don't let things get to you as much as they usually do. That's what your guides are telling me. Don't let things get to you as much as they usually do, and don't waste so much energy in that. And I know it's an energy exchange of where it's like you deal with it in your mind, and it's like you're analyzing it in your mind and all these things, and then the end you're just driving yourself crazy. So it's a kind of thing, just find ways to now, like, when if it's, let's say, if a situation comes up like that again this year, you you let it go. You send love their way. You send love their way. Don't hold the anger, don't hold the hate, don't hold the frustration. You just send love their way, and that's it. Let it go. Like, um don't waste your energy and time on that. Just send love their way. Compassion, love, and light their way. Okay, so that's the overall theme for this year, and I think you've gone through this, and I think you understand this, but now the point is to stay consistent with this, um and to know that when it resists, it persists. So the more anger you have, or the more that you hold it within, the more it will just accumulate, and you'll have it left over there for years. Okay, so in the end, this will just help you be able to deal with people better, deal with situations better, situations that have too much tension, okay? And in the end, it'll just help you mind, body, and soul. All right. So this is what I see for your 2018, hun. I don't know if I told you, but rose quartz is very, very good for you. Forgiveness and acceptance. Very, very good. So I will leave you with that, hun. Sorry about that. My daughter woke up and she went back to sleep. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. I very much hope you enjoyed this um, 2018 year head spread. And I hope to speak to you again in the near future. Many blessings and happy holidays to you and your beautiful, beautiful family. Now I'm going to start with your partner's reading. So speak to you again soon. Bye.